Hi, everybody. Okay, it's not starting yet. Is it starting? Yeah, there we go. Now I'm live. Okay. Hi, everybody. It is your girl, Lindsay, from the Spine Bookshop. As you can see, I'm sitting here in the Spine. Among my favorite things, the books. As always, so you know, we are in the Trellis and Vine building, which is next door to Smyrna Cleaners. It's on Tank Street and South Lower Street, 27 South Lower Street, okay? So, I just realized I haven't done a video in a while, and so I wanted to kind of touch base about some of my favorite books that we have in the store, okay? So we're going to start with kids' books. So, one of the first books that I grew up reading, which I absolutely loved all the time, is the Beverly Clearly books. So this is a whole set of 4 of them, and it's called the Ramona Collection, Volume 1 by Beverly Clearly. And the books that this has is Ramona the Pest, Ramona the Brave, Ramona and Her Father, and Beezus and Ramona. So that's one of the collections that we have, and I just love this book. I love all of them, but I love anything really by Beverly Clearly, and we've got several of her books. But I like that this has like a good starter. If you've got a young one who's never read these, this would be a good introduction for that. And then for those middle schoolers, you're going to end up reading this book. Everybody does. And it's a great book. It's one of my favorite books, A Wrinkle in Time. And I think this is one of those covers from when I was little. So it's just one of my favorite books. And I know they just did the movie, but I really feel like they did the best job they could with the movie. I feel like, it's not a terrible movie, but I think I really liked what they did with it. I thought it was really interesting. And I liked how they portrayed all of the different cast members and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we have that too. It's super awesome. And we don't have any more of the series, but I'm working on getting the rest of the series. My daughter's working on reading these, and they're fantastic. So, if you know me at all, you know that I'm a big fan of children's books, especially if they have really amazing artwork, okay? So, one of my favorites is Kevin the Unicorn, It's Not All Rainbows. Just the look on his face is enough to just make me really, really happy. So anyway, this book is a really good book, not only because of the outstandingly hilarious illustrations. I mean, look at this unicorn's hair. Tell me that's not hilarious. But this is about how you can have a really horrible day, and it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. Even says it on the back. It's okay to not be okay. And I really, really like that this is a silly book that maybe a kid can read and see that maybe it's okay to have a bad day and that it's okay to not be in a good mood. And here's a great way to deal with that. Now, one of my other favorite kids' books, you know the song Over the Rainbow by Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz, all that? Okay. Well, so Judy Collins has taken this song and made a book about the song. Look at how beautiful that artwork is. But not only is the artwork in this book absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that. That's gorgeous. Like, we frame that and put that up in a kid's room. It's amazing. The cool thing about this book, I mean, look at that. Beautiful. So, like I said, it was by Judy Collins, the famed folk singer. Well, this book has her CD, and it's got 3 songs. So basically, you can read this book and listen to it being sung by Judy Collins while you're reading, which I just think is superb. So that's my kids' books. So now on to the adult books. And I don't say it like that, but adult books. So one of the hottest writers right now is Colleen Hoover. So I've got a couple of her books. And November 9th is one of them that we have in the store. And I haven't read this one, but I know a lot of people that have, and they really, really like it. Another one that we have is this big daddy right here, The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Look at how big this thing is. It's amazing. I have a copy of it, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet because look how, I mean, this is like a commitment. And as you can see, I'm already committed. But everybody I know says it's really good, and there's a whole series, but that's in here. And also, speaking of artwork, look at this book cover. Who doesn't love this book cover? This book cover is gorgeous. Love me a good book cover. Now, let's see, another one of my all-time favorites, which when I started this book, I wasn't really sure I was going to like it. But my best friend, Jess, and I read it, and it's called The Midnight Library. And Matt Haig, if you're out there, this is a masterpiece. It starts off in this way that you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really depressing and horrible. However, it is one of the most uplifting books, and the ending is perfect. It ends exactly like it should, which is kind of one of my favorite things about it. So then we have In the Woods, who Carrie Jones and Stephen Waddell I'm both friends with. And the cool thing about this is that my friend Carrie signed this one. You can have a signed copy of this book. I've got 2 signed copies of In the Woods. Now, this one is kind of a different spin on the whole werewolf lore thing, which is kind of cool. I really love that. And it's I love every book that Carrie Jones has ever written. Let's just have that disclaimer out there. However, it is still a really amazing book. I really love it. And then, so I haven't read this one yet, but I'm working on it. But he is one of our new authors. This is The Space Between Spaces, and it's written by Lloyd Elmore Jr. Sorry, Lloyd. But it's written by Lloyd Elmore Jr. And the cool thing about this is it's 8 stories of chilling horror, fantasy, and science fiction coming from the dark, eerie spaces between the spaces. And I mean, again, look at the book cover. Art. It's art. I flippin' love really good book covers. I mean, so that's just some of the books that we have in the bookstore. And I just, you know, I love books so much. I'm a freak about books. I admit it. I'm a complete and utter weirdo, but I'm totally here for it. So if you're a weirdo like me and you want to come find your next reading adventure, you need to come to the Spine Bookshop here in Smyrna, Tennessee, and let me help you find your next reading, your next book, your next great reading adventure, if you will. All right, that's all for me today. Mwah! Happy reading.